This Tom and Jerry episode is not kid friendly. Let me explain. In 1956, Tom and Jerry released an episode called Blue Cat Blues. It was written by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera and produced by Fred Quimby. In the episode, Tom falls madly in love with another cat and tries to win her affection from buying everything from perfume to a diamond ring to a car. But there's a rival called Butch, and he always seems to have the bigger, more expensive presents. Therefore, Tom does not get the affection he is trying to win. And this leads into, I am not kidding you, start drinking. Yes, this is a kid's cartoon, and no, this is not fake. Jerry tries to stop him from... can't believe I'm saying. Jerry tries to stop him from drinking, but Tom keeps pushing him away because he has lost the love of his life. Then, presumably because Tom is so drunk, he ends up in the gutter and he almost gets pulled down the drain. Thankfully, his mate, Jerry, saves him. Then, the next thing that you know, he looks up and they see the two cats just married. This then leads Tom to... I don't know how I can say this without getting banned from YouTube, but this leads Tom to sit on the railway lines waiting for a train to ultimately end his life. Yes, this is a kid show. Don't ask me why. Don't. Then Jerry, who's been narrating the story so far, says to the audience that he has a girl who actually loves him and therefore he would never do what Tom's doing. Then he looks up and sees the mouse, his girlfriend mouse, with another boy mouse driving off the car that also says just married. And then it leads to this. I am not kidding you, that is how the cartoon ends. Now I will admit here that I did do a bit of creative editing with that because I didn't want to get copyrighted for the music, even though it's probably like, I don't know, like 90 years old at this point. But there is actually at the end, you can hear the train horn coming. So why does this cartoon exist? Why was this made for children to watch? Well, actually, surprisingly, it actually wasn't. A quick Google search shows that it wasn't actually originally intended specifically for young children, but rather a general adult audience in theatrical setting. You may also be surprised that this cartoon actually was aired in theatres despite it not being a full-length film. It was released in theatres in 1956 and it was produced by Metro Goldwyn Mayer. It was released in CinemaScope format in November 1956. So that is technically your answer. That's why they made it. It wasn't really for kids, it was rather for adults. But it's still really, really dark. And if you think about it, a lot of modern day kids will be watching these. I myself as a kid probably I watched this without any second thought. Like, he sits on the train check at the end. Haha, fun. Now I'm looking back and I'm like, hang on a second, he sat on a train track with an oncoming train. That's not funny. That's scary. What's even scarier is this is apparently the final episode of Tom and Jerry. If you Google it, it will literally come up with Blue Cat Blues. So this means that Tom and Jerry are actually dead despite the numerous reboots, the Tom and Jerry movie, and all of that stuff, which is actually terrifying. Now, another really scary and kind of weird thing is that if you look carefully at this scene here, Tom is signing the paperwork for a car. And if you look very carefully at one of the paperwork that he has, you can see that it literally says slavery clause, 20 years. So I imagine that, like, if he couldn't pay the car, he would have to go into slavery, which is so dark, even for, like, this sort of cartoon where everything looks like kind of like, you know, cartoony, and it's not really got that dark atmosphere. You know, the people are still looking like they're cartoons. It's just still so dark. Also, one more detail, if you actually take another closer look at the episode, you can see that Tom spent all of his money just to buy this girl, you know, like a ring and a car, basically meaning that he is broke, so he should technically be without a home or anywhere to, like, you know, live. So that's also really dark. Well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Go check out the Tom and Jerry episode, Blue Cat Blues. You can probably find it on YouTube somewhere. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, and I will see you all, God willing,